Oh, hey, Don here. Well, I didn't know I was live. I thought it was counting down until when I went live. I'm testing out this, trying to get to my other computer here on my KVM switch. Testing out this little app. I guess you can, I can't, I don't have a preview, so I don't know what I'm looking at. It's not very good, really. It kind of makes it hard to use. Um, Computer over here went to sleep. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the phone. Well, I don't know if that works. Here we go. That worked. I'm using. I'm just gonna leave it plugged in. I'm using a. You can probably see it down there. USB cable going over to the laptop. Uh, to this application, Instant Live Streaming. This is their page. I'm just guessing at my aiming because there's no preview. But let's see. No, it says I'm offline. I went to my Google page. It says I'm offline. So I don't know what the deal is. It says I'm streaming over here, but I'm not showing to be online over here on my Google Live. I've done Google YouTube Live. It's supposed to be streaming to YouTube Live. At least I thought it was. Some of the menus weren't responsive. Okay, well, it says Dawn Bishop is streaming now. Reloaded the page. It didn't auto reload, but it's not showing what's going on. Well, yeah, it is. Oh, this is a wide shot. Okay, and it did turn. When I started out, I had the camera up and down, and it. Then I realized, oh well, that's not how my normal camera works. My open camera app or the built-in camera. This is an Alcatel A845L phone, not a high-end phone. This is a $14.88 phone right now. It was like $150 brand new, but Walmart's been selling them for that, and that's why I've got 3 of them. There's 2 down there, and one for me, 2 for me, 1 for mom. So here's the app screen, and yeah, it's counting up minutes. So evidently I'm streaming. So I guess on my YouTube page, I don't know. Normally when I'm streaming, I will see it. Hit stop and hit start again. I can see that the audio is muted, but that's good. I don't want it echoing and giving me trouble. And actually, when I'm streaming on a computer, I can't really open up my YouTube page at the same time because the computers just can't handle all that work. But I'm streaming from a phone, and I'm using. I didn't explain. I'm streaming from a phone, and so I'm over here on the laptop that I'm hooked up to. That's just so I can control the phone, see what's going on in it, be able to read the text, and keep moving my mouse thinking it's going to do something when I don't have my mouse. I don't have my KVM switched over there. This app is called My Phone Explorer that I found, and it's a good app. It's the best one. It works the best. You get a little bit of lag when you do stuff, but and you can use your mouse I'm using my touchpad on the laptop now. It says it has effects. Hard to click. Oh, now I can see them on my phone. Okay, there's a bunch of effects coming up. Sketch night. I'm using my touchpad here on the phone and move through them. I'm just guessing in my aim here. That's very. I don't know if I didn't set something right or what, but that makes it really tough. So there's some kind of funny effect. Of course, you're going to get an effect. Oh, now I get a preview in my phone. Of course, you're going to get. Now I can see where I'm aiming. That's a lot better. You get video feedback when you're shooting at at your video output of any kind of camera on the monitor. I don't care if it's analog, computer, USB, whatever, webcam. But it's supposed to be making, yeah, okay, now I can see the effects. It made it look like a newspaper. Made it all out of shape. Just a bunch of silly stuff. Oh, same old fun but silly stuff. Night. I can't read the screen. Mono. I don't know why they call it mono. Oh, because it has no color. Mono to me is being an, whoops, got out of there by accident. Mono to me is mono audio, you know, as in mono or stereo. If I can get back in there. Okay, rich. Oh, that might actually be helpful. Whoops. Every time I touch on the screen to try to slide it, it comes out of the effects mode. I'm tethered to this USB cable, and it's kind of fighting me. Okay, I'm on rich, I think. Whoops. Okay, so when I touch up in the screen, you have to really hit your target. There we go, natural. It's hard to tell. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to make my screen fit within what I see. And not really getting all that video feedback like I was promising. It's very obvious. It looks like 1,000 mirrors. Actually makes it a little brighter. Let's see. Okay, so there we go. This app is for some reason, I don't know, maybe YouTube changed. It's been a while since I did a YouTube live stream. It's called InstaLively live streaming, and it sounded like it had some good features. And I'm going to close my little app over here and unplug the USB because it's really fighting me. Oh, here we go. This is an old Dell 1525 laptop. Actually plays videos and stuff better than that Lenovo i5 desktop over there. Close this. And now give it a little minute to shut down. Yeah, that's running Windows 7. That's the only thing I don't like about that. My Phone Explorer, I think it's called. It's great. I like it. It works better than TeamViewer or that other one called something like that. I'm gonna unplug my USB from the camera, from the phone camera. Ooh. And we'll see if we can actually work here. And now I can put the camera where I want to. There's something else, another icon. I don't know what it means, but I'm not going to mess with it because it might turn it off or something. Let me get myself situated where I can hold as still as possible. The open camera app I've been using does a pretty good job of holding stabilizing your video. It has a auto stabilizer in it. But the app here, if you haven't ever seen it before, it sounded pretty good. There's little screenshots on their video, on their YouTube Play Store page. So you can use it for YouTube. That's the only one I ever use. YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or stuff, and maybe others. I'm not sure. You have to go there to find out and read all the stuff. I noticed that people were saying on the reviews that it's funny, it has 4.1 stars, but then the most recent views were saying that the app kept saying I'm off on an angle, kept saying that their connection wasn't fast enough, but it is, yes it is. I have 5G and all that. I'm on Wi-Fi right now, and I have 60 megabits, but this phone will only do at the most about 35 to 39 megabits. I've noticed that, so it must not have a great Wi-Fi chip in it. For $15, I'm not complaining though. I just bought this for a pocket computer. I'm probably won't. I might turn one of them on at some point, but right now I'm just playing with them and learning about them. But pretty cool. That's one thing I always wanted to be able to do, is do a live stream like this from, well, it's not a real camera, but I don't have a real camera anymore, so it's the next best thing. It's five megapixels isn't much these days, and of course there's no zoom or anything, but better than my old webcams up there. Tell you that for sure. If you can see them, there you go. Look at that. That's what I've had since I don't have a real camera anymore. I mean, those are old. And there's the tripod. I need to get some sort of way to mount this phone on that tripod. I have two little short tripods like that. And then I could do, much steadier videos. But we'll see how this video turns out, if it's lagging a lot or anything. Let's see, I have my volume to set to zoom in and out, but it beeps. I'm probably doing that on the video. It does on open camera. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so that doesn't work in this app. I guess it only works in that app you set it in. You probably hear all that noise. That was actually just doing the volume. So I'm going to try that little, let's see, I'm going to go back. I know I'm not really showing anything worth looking at, but of course most of us don't, do we? Like, there's a little, looks sort of like, it's a crooked arrow and has a 0 by it. I'm going to hit it and see what happens. So I heard it click, but I see my counting up is still counting up, so I don't know what it did. Oh, there's another one up at the top right. I'm going to hit that one again. I don't think it is switched between the front and the back camera. I can't remember where the camera is on the phone. I had my... Okay, oh, what did it do? Yep, it did it. Look at that. That's cool. Be able to do that. So there's the selfie cam. Yeah, I look terrible. Okay, let's get out of that. It's very laggy though, wasn't it? So, and that is only like a 2 megapixel camera. So, but that is neat to be able to switch between front and back cameras while you're going live. Now, I just wonder how, like, that's the problem I've had with my live videos. I've tried it with this laptop. It actually has a, halfway decent. Of course, it doesn't make any, can't see it, can you? There's a little, there it is, the little camera built in. Of course, you've seen them. Or maybe that was a screw, one of the screws for the bezel. But anyway, that thing will do about 1200 by 1600 by something, by 1200, I think. Whatever the resolution is of the screen, it will do that in its video, in the webcam. It's acting so it's the highest quality video that I've got right now. I carried it outside one time, and it was really a jumpy, jerky video. I tried to go as smooth as I could, but a little phone's a lot easier to grab and use than that. And I always have to plug in a mic to it. I can't see it up there right now, but I have a boom stand, microphone stand. I used to do audio for bands and stuff, so I have some Shure SM58 mics and stuff, and that's a Shure SM58, and I plug that into I don't have a mixer, but I have a cassette deck up there on top of that JVC DVD player. And I have it all going through a homemade patch bay that I didn't actually make, but my friend's dad did back in the 80s or so. And I inherited that. Dad's gone now, sorry to say. And I have a Dynaco switch, preamp switch, which is actually all worn out now and I don't use it anymore. But and his dad built those out of kits. Dynaco is some good stuff. That thing, it's not worn out. It's just I think I need to take it apart and clean the switches. But anyway, I used to learn that trick back in the 70s to use an you can use the mic inputs if you have them. I have my old original TX, which I can't find. It's all buried up under stuff in the garage. It has mic inputs, and you can. I used to use it for a guitar distortion and for plugging in mics, and then you can send it out to whatever you want. And with this, I had to use just the RCA inputs, and I converted my XLR low impedance. You can't see any of that on my microphone there. My SM58 that's hidden by the Shure bag. I converted it with an low impedance to high impedance so that it would then split it off in a Y to the cassette deck, and so I have stereo outputs from the cassette deck going to my computers, and that's how I get my sound when I'm using a computer to record off the webcam or the laptop or whatever. But so it takes a you can't leave it hooked up all the time. You get stuff that would break if you bump into it. So the phone, grabbing a phone like all the rest of the world does these days, or a real camera. I'd like to have a DSLR or something, but grabbing a phone and doing your video is pretty neat, especially if you can make it go live like that. I actually just heard about the Facebook Live app. I don't use Facebook. I have it, but I have an account, but I don't get on there. So, but I do like YouTube, so I'm gonna try it this way. Okay, I already tried that camera switch. I was looking at it going, what's that? I already know what it is. Okay, before I shut this down, I'll try to. Ow, my finger hurts now. I'm trying to touch the effects deal without shaking the camera. Put it back on natural. That was on rich. I think rich actually looks better in this particular situation anyway. Let's see what natural looks like on the now I can't find. Got a touch up in there. Okay, now there's the coloring was better a while ago. But I got a feeling this is going to be jerky, and half my audio is going to be cut out. Just like what I was saying, that's my problem. You got to tweak and mess with the even with the 60. I got 60 megabits up download and 4 megabits upload, and the upload's what matters, of course, when you're streaming. That's what I have on my computers that I get through my computers, but I still have trouble with choppy cut up videos. The audio will cut in and out and everything. So I was kind of hoping the phone would work, and it is oddly I only get I thought I would at least get 54 megabits like the laptops and stuff do downloads, but I'm only getting at the most about 35 to 39. But I still get my full 4 megabits upload, so even a little more sometimes on the phone. There's an app I found that can test your speed. Well, I think there's one built into the. I don't remember which app I use. I don't know if it's built into the phone or came with the phone. or if I downloaded it. But I've been trying out all kinds of different apps. So this is Don, and this is the end of test 1 on my Alcatel A845 Pop Star phone that I got for $14.88. Alright, bye bye.